Hey, this is Pete, Our Level Overland. My daughter's Jeep Liberty. She Sunday decided to try to wash it by going off the road into the edge of a muck field. So she's got some debris, weeds and stuff caught up underneath that we're gonna get under there and dig out tonight. She really got it up in there. It's pretty deep. I was glad to have the winch that day. I had just put a winch on it this last, I think it was in the spring. That's a good thing because it saved me a wrecker bill. Although, when she was in the ditch, she had some nice people stop and check on her. And being a 16-year-old girl, she was pretty scared. So, one lady that stopped, her son goes to school with my daughter. I think he's a year older, but they go to the same school. And she stopped and checked on her. And we told her if anybody stops, just let them know her dad was on the way. 16-year-old girl, don't want no crazy people messing with her. So she was telling them that we were on the way, and the lady started to leave, but then, being a mother herself, didn't feel right leaving my daughter on the side of the road in a ditch like that by herself. So she introduced herself. She came back, actually. She started to leave and came back. Introduced herself to my daughter and let her know that she would just stay in her own car and wait until we got there, to just be there. So my daughter wasn't sitting there alone, completely alone on the side of the road took us probably 15 minutes to get there. She wasn't real far from home, coming home from a friend's house. I think I'll get out what I can and we'll go drive this through a car wash. Let the undercarriage sprayers get a bunch of this out. But the lady stayed there with her, and then we got there, and before I could really get started on hooking up and pulling her out, the lady's husband and two sons showed up. They live in a farm just down the road and were very nice, very helpful. Offered to bring one of their tractors down to pull the Jeep out of the ditch in case I couldn't get her out. Fortunately, I was able to with a 65-foot cable and hooked a 30-foot strap onto that just because of the angle she went in. She went in at a shallow ditch, but her momentum carried her down the ditch a ways to where it was kind of deep. So we couldn't pull her straight up out because it was too big of an angle. We probably would have tipped her over. So we had to drag her all the way back down the way she came in. But like I said, the winch works great. It's a 9,000-pound Badlands from Harbor Freight. So say what you will about Harbor Freight winches and equipment, but I've used that thing a few times since I put it on there, and it's held up great. So I'm liking it so far. and you can't beat the warranty. Anything goes wrong, carry it in, hand it to them, they hand you a new one. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's about all I'm gonna get out of there. Like I said, we'll take it to the car wash, let the undercarriage sprayer get some of this green off. But I mainly wanted to make sure there wasn't nothing, was a little bit wrapped around the drive shaft, and want to make sure there wasn't nothing in the exhaust that's going to catch fire, or banging the camera around, or get into the brakes. And again, heat, didn't want to get any brake heat and fire. So I got it cleaned up pretty good. I'll get out from under this Jeep off the floor. So alright, we'll catch you later. Well, I just figured since I've got it in here, better take a look under the hood, make sure not too much vegetation up in the, you can see she's got a little bit of stuff in there, but looks like the fan's clear. Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff in there, but it looks like the fan kicked it out already. She said once she went in, she did shut the vehicle off. It didn't stall on its own. So yeah, like I said, she said she did shut it off. It didn't stall on its own. Let me get some of this cleaned out and just make sure everything's clear here. And I'll kind of give you an idea how deep of water she was in. At the back, I had to hook the strap up to pull her out. I hooked it to the, put the loop end of the strap. Whoa. I put the loop of the strap into the hitch and used the hitch pin to catch the loop. Just a short, like a tree saver, and then hooked the longer strap, 30-foot strap onto that, then my winch cable, and dragged her a long ways backwards. Like I say, back where she came, pulled her back out where she went in. And so it was kind of a long pull, but I had asked her, because she was in a little bit of water, I didn't know how much of it splashed up, and it doesn't look like it splashed up much at all, really. I'm not even really concerned about it getting into the air box, because the air box is pretty, you know, Jeep Liberty air box is sealed up pretty well, so not real concerned with that. But yeah, she said she did shut it off. It didn't stall, so I'm not concerned that any water got into the motor. Car wash will get the rest of almost all of this off probably. But fortunately, biggest thing is she wasn't hurt. Scared her. She's young. That was her first time having an incident like that, so it did scare her. She was a little shaken up by it, but like I said, going into a watery ditch with a lot of cattails and greenery, vegetation, it slowed her down, so it wasn't like hitting an embankment or a tree or something. So I haven't found any damage on the Jeep. Leo the shop cat wants to eat. All right.